Dude. The chat's just filling up with Motism, Mot God.
No one expects the Motism, boys.
No one expects it, man. Nobody expects the Motism.
That's what we learned from elimination mode. No one expects the Motism. All right, let's see it up. We have Game 5 EG-OG, first and second place about to be decided. The stakes have been set. It is Mott and Capitalist once more for our final game of the evening.
You are in the presence of a god. A golden god. 112 enter, 2 remain. I called it. That's the last I will speak of it. That's the last anyone will talk about it.
A golden
just know that this day...
god.
I was correct. Cap, you were close. You were close second, my friend.
Man, I'm so salty.
I would be too.
Salty. I missed that.
I would be too. And I'm honestly thinking, how do they not pick Gyrocopter there? Is it really that bad? I mean, I knew it wasn't very good, but
I don't know. I kind of expected because that's the thing. It can fit into support or carry. It's just garbage at both, So it was definitely a really good choice.
Thank you.
I can't believe it came down to a Visage carry
Visage.
or a Gyro carry, and EG was like, Gyro carry is so bad right now that we're gonna go Visage carry.
And it's an Arteezy Visage. It's not even a Zai Visage. It's a good old Arteezy Visage. What a way to start this game.
I mean, I don't even know how to analyze this game, to be honest. It's I
don't know either.
The original way I looked at it is that the aggro dual lane of Universe and Zai's Lich Doom combination Lone Druid safe lane can deal with that, I think, relatively well, right? He's a safe laner that can just play really passive and won't feel too pressured by an aggro dual lane like this. And then I think the mid matchup, which is going to be Lina versus Windranger, is kind of a bit of a wash.
Oh.
And then I think it's the efficiency of the jungle. Ooh.
Oh, Zai, you're taking some chilling touch damage. Are you actually going to live? He's juking through. He actually might make it out alive. There's no way. Zai's actually going to live, and it looks like Jarex is going to be the one to fall. He's not going to be able to get his way through. He's going to hide in the tree line here. They don't see him. They finally will with Crit coming in, and Arteezy gets the first blood. No one else dead just yet. Anna's pretty low, but so too is Crit starting to fall down. He's left alone. He's going to get charged up, and that'll be that. Grave Chill onto Anna. LSA to connect, and Fly will grab the kill on the Enigma. Meanwhile, another hero that goes down is in fact the Windranger that No Tail gets the kill with. So even though EG do get the first blood, OG come out on top in terms of the numbers and trades.
And they have a very long walk. Oh man, and too bad. S4, he blew all his mana. I was gonna say, oh, S4 can charge up to the top lane and get there before the Visage is there, right? And he would be able to get some decent time without fearing harassment, but not the case since he used both charges in that level 1 engagement. I think OG actually came out on top there because of the double kill.
I think so too. Let me look at the graph. And they have a slight advantage.
Also because Anna was missing a bit of HP when he goes to lane, while Sumail, yes, he died, but it's not like he loses anything for that.
Sumail canceled the salve of Anna with a power shot, which was nice. Arteezy was a little bit late to his lane, even later so than S4 was. This good old core Visage, this carry Visage, we'll see if they can get anything done with that. S4 is rather tanky. He's a poor man shield too, so good luck bringing him down without Soul Assumption or Splinter Blast or what have you. But this bottom lane should go pretty well for No Tail, I think. He's sitting at 3 last hits. Then you have the free farming jungle Enigma, which Fly is just like, yep, I'm fine. I do have a camp block, but whatever.
Yeah, I think the way I see it, OG is going to be okay with the way all the lanes go, and then they have the efficiency of an Enigma. So I think that ultimately they win out in the laning phase, and then they're going to transition really well because they'll have a mech early on the Enigma, and unless Sumail beats out Anna in mid, which is possible here.
I mean, and they also have the Grave Chill, or not the Grave Chill, rather the Arctic Burn coming out as Anna's going to have to get back. Sumail will get a couple of right clicks in, but the Shackle Shot, the Power Shot, isn't enough damage with that auto attack. He needs one more. He'll find it, but he does go down to the tower with no wind run available. He was not going to be able to make it out of that one alive. He still does get the kill before dying, which is huge.
I recently played against a Visage, and despite all of these extra items being really shitty for Visage to have to deal with, his familiars are easily hunted down right now because of items like Dragonlance and Echo Saber. He does, like, one of the items is a big boost to him, which is that Blightstone. In laning phase, Grave Chill, you get attack speed out of it, so you're able to deal a lot more right clicks against your enemy. And when you finally have the familiars, the amount of burst damage, like physical damage you can do in a short window of time, thanks to that extra bit of minus armor you get so early on, is amazing. I think that's like one of the few things that you could say that's good about Visage in this is the fact that Blightstone is an item.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It definitely is going to help him out. He is solo laning against S4 for now. He's doing okay in CS. They're actually tied right now. Coming back in again, the Shackle Shot will latch. He already used another salve for Ana. That's all he's got left. He's already used that salve. He's only got a null talisman. You can see Crit is nearby. There's no Radiant Vision to scout him out. But Ana knows that he's been around for a while, so he's not going to go too far up. Meanwhile, down bottom, Frost Blast will go as the Lich Doom dual offlane, as the panel talked about, a very old school type of offlane. Doing a pretty good job so far. Only 5 CS though for the Doom, so clearly a pretty good lane so far for No Tail in this bottom lane.
He's doing pretty well in CS. He's not ever going to feel particularly threatened, right? The most they can threaten him is when they Scorched Earth and run at him, and he just responds by Savage Roaring you. So if Universe starts getting close to him and he feels like, oh, I'm in a bit of trouble, just Savage Roars.
And Jerax finds a solo kill on the Lich, who walked into that Chilling Touch and Ice Vortex. I'm not sure. He was really low. Zaya thought was going to go back home. Maybe he thought about denying himself.
I think Ana's dead again.
Ana, this is the LSA. Arctic Burn and one auto attack from Sumail will do the job. And it does fall. That's the second death of the game. Meanwhile, at the bottom rune spot, Jerax and Universe going toe-to-toe. Jerax is going to pick up a bounty rune. Still, you have the top 2 CS coming up for Evil Geniuses. You have Arteezy, who's up there with 24 now, which is really good. And then you have in the mid lane, Sumail sitting at 23 himself. A very good start for EG. You do it like we talked about. It's farming that lone druid. My question is, how effective is a Visage with farm going to be with a Blightstone, whatever? I don't even know what you build. Hold that thought. Ana getting ganked mid again. LSA, not dodge this time. Power shot, it's there, but it doesn't connect. And that'll keep him alive. But going back to my previous question, Cap, I mean, what does a core Visage offer you when you get to that mid game?
It's tough to say. Like, he offers a lot of physical damage in a very short period of time. He can be a really good team fighter. The problem I actually foresee is that the heroes that he would typically be strong against, like low armor supports and stuff, that's not really here. Like, sure, Ancient Apparition is an easy kill, but Ancient Apparition doesn't matter too much if he's already blown Ice Blast. Spirit Breaker's high armor. Enigma is going to be high armor because of the mech. Lone Druid has just natural tankiness that you can't burst him down immediately, so it's just... Visage Core can be more effective. It just happens to be that in this game, he has to deal with some significant armor heroes. The best hero he's going to be good against is the Lina. If he can actually somehow get onto the Lina with his Visage familiars and apply that minus armor from Blightstone or from the Medallion later on into the game, he could just really easily threaten her. So she can't actually sit there in the back lines because she's going to be forced to run away from these familiars every time.
That's a good point. And she's not like she's not having a particularly good game to begin with, this Lina. 11 last hits, man, and she's died twice. Now top lane, there's the Grave Chill S4. They should have enough for the Soul Assumption. They do. Easy kill. Fly rotates up, not level 6. He's very close. Even with it, he wouldn't be able to get a kill with the Black Hole that he would solo. And, well, that's just a nice little kill, getting Arteezy some more farm. Continuing to get pressured. Sumail in this mid lane. One of his best heroes is his Wind Ranger, and he's showing you why right now.
Yeah, this is just unfair, to be honest, because the Wyvern had such a big effect, setting up those first couple of kills on Ana. Now he has to face up against a Phase Boots Wind Ranger.
It's 2 levels ahead of him, too. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy to me.
He can't beat that. Sumail even goes for the maxed out Shackle Shot, because his physical damage is more important.
Power shot, doing some nice work. But again, and Ana just doesn't have the bottle on him currently. He's going to have to ferry out another salve. Does he have the bottle to begin with? I don't think he does.
No.
So this is, wow. He is so underfarmed. Another Shackle Shot. The angle's not quite there, but with the Frost Blast, it's more than enough to get the kill. EG are crushing this mid lane with Sumail and the help of the supports on top of it.
I'm beginning to wonder if they don't have like a really good babysitting support, but maybe the Enigma should have spent more time around that mid lane, or maybe S4 could have rotated to mid instead of trying to get farm at top lane so much. something, because I don't know if Anna is going to be able to play that comeback with a tempo controller like Lina. It's not an easy hero to just reliably say, oh, you know, it's okay if I die here, I'll come back in the mid game, because you need to be so active in mid game. Otherwise, you just turn into a support Lina.
I mean, that's pretty much what she is right now. She's not even 6 yet. She really needs that Laguna Blade, among other things. You'd like to be, as soon as you get that level 6, you might want to like rotate around, find a kill with like a smoke or something with that Laguna Blade. But that's just not, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. Arteezy with the one bird nearby, looking to help scout things out. They have Zai rotating back up. No Chain Frost, he's level 4. Sacrifice still coming aplenty. Looking at the net worth graph, it is going to be a 750 net worth lead for EG, which is not much. And a lot of that is because you have a good farming jungle Enigma as well as the Lone Druid, who has rotated up top. Going to try to pressure this tower. One way to get back into the game, get some tower gold going for you, especially in that safe lane. It's easy. S4 going to cut off the path of the retreat. He has the medallion up though. Only the one familiar, not really doing that much damage. Charge comes out, actually hits the familiar, now going on top of Arteezy. Nether Strike going to go, it's going to hit Zai, who's also frozen up here by the cold feet. Sumail has arrived, so too has Universe with the Doom, and it's going to go right onto Fly. So he has no ability to use that black hole, and he might die to the Soul Assumption. That is a long-range Soul Assumption that helps get the kill. So 1-for-1 exchange, Jack Shot latches beautifully. The Soul Assumption going to get a double kill for Arteezy, followed up by one more triple kill auto attack for Arteezy, and they might find the fourth. Anna is, however, in Viz. I don't know if she really can kill anybody here with a Laguna or even just a full combo. Universe especially is rather tanky. She's going to follow after them, but that is a amazing fight. And Arteezy with Soul Assumption is able to just dish out the damage.
Yeah, if S4 just charged a bottom lane instead of charging the Doom and then having to cancel it, realizing a bit too late he couldn't do anything there, then they would have escaped with only losing one hero. Oh god, they almost got that!
He almost got that. He dropped it for half a second. Cold Embrace keeps him alive. Can he make it out of this? He has no wind run skilled up. LSA not on point. Sumail, power shot will go through. Lone Druid does find the kill on Arteezy in the top of the lane in the meantime, and it's so low, but the charge back in. Now the Shackle Shot comes out, stopping any further aggression. Splinter Blast, it might bring down Anna, and it does! He walks up into his own death! Oh, he wasn't expecting it. And
it's happening.
It's 100% happening. You're absolutely right, my friend. And S4 needs to be a little careful here, although
he's got the
available. Nether Strike is going to go. The ultimate not doing enough.
Oh, he got the bash!
Sumail goes down. Was not expecting the 2-hit bash coming out from S4. S4 is like, thank you very much. I'll take that gold. They're pushing top while this is all happening, but down bottom it's a dive. Frost Splash, but Dirax does have at least his raindrops. The Dragon Slave brings down the Lich, and Universe has gone too far. Running low on mana himself. LSA not up for another second or two. Grave Chill, Arteezy's rotated in. LSA misses this time. Dragon Slave also now on cooldown. Anna will die to one more auto attack. And now it looks like Dirax will fall as well. Good Ice Blast to come through. Won't bring anybody down, but it is going to be a 2-for-2 across the map. As the Lich dies, the Wind Ranger dies. And then, they, like I said, top lane, that Tier 1 tower was taken by No-Tail. So here's the thing. OG do have No-Tail farming well in this game.
They have a very farmed No-Tail, and they will have, I think, a pretty impactful Enigma. So those two heroes, they are rather top-heavy when it comes to their net worth in comparison to the rest of the team. Evil Geniuses is, I think, a much more evenly farmed perspective to their roles. Like Sumail is going to have a heavy impact. Arteezy is going to have a heavy impact as well. Because the other thing about Visage is that people don't usually think about this, but Visage is a very tanky hero because of Gravekeeper's Cloak, right? Because you have all this extra armor and magic resistance, so he will be able to survive through the initial burst. So he can actually play kind of more of a frontline.
Why? Chain Frost will go, but won't bounce. Ice Blast. There's the Winter's Curse coming out. And there's the Cold Feet, which will bring down Sumail as the first kill. Crit might be the second. The Nether Strike is already gone. No further follow-up. But now the LSA stops Arteezy from getting at least the Soul Assumption or Grave Chill off. Here comes the Doom. And they'll have to deny the Enigma, and they might not be able to do it. Good LSA, now they can. One more auto attack, and they get the job done. Nice deny from Anna, but they're still chasing him down. Splinter Blast going again. Universe, Cold Feet's up, but he'll be able to run it off with the movement speed that he does have. Now getting body blocked by S4. The rest of the EG's team is leaving him behind. Nether Strike not available. They have the charge ready to go. The Eidolon's coming in. The LSA should be enough with the Laguna Blade on top, and Anna finds a kill, surviving for what seems to be the first time in this entire game.
OG is getting so much space to No Tail. He almost has that tier 2 tower at top lane. And they traded really well at mid. And they've got a hand of Midas that's kicking in over time. They're going to have a rather fast Radiance. And that is going to be disastrous for EG because they're a team that's reliant on a lot of burst damage. And they lose out in sustained fights because of the mech, because of the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, because of the Radiance that's going to be burning them over time. So if they don't get these like really quick kills, then they may actually end up losing fights where they're normally supposed to win at 15, 20 minutes.
Fly may very well be dead here. Yes, he's absolutely dead. Arteezy was waiting for a pickoff, and they'll find it with Fly rotating in the bottom lane. They'll try to get the tier 1 tower here, but again, the trade might come through. No Tail, he pops up the Rabid, ready to go. Battle Cry as well, and they're going to take this tower down rather quickly. Although the ice armor is there, so maybe not so quick. Ice Blast coming in, might hit on 2. The Trail will, but no actual damage coming through. Jerax is going to push them back. He drops a ward down in the meantime. Tier 1 tower's taken in the mid lane, the bottom lane. It looks like it will also be taken here for EG, but again, this is probably a better trade for OG because of the fact that they're getting more map control out of this.
Oh, that's
charge. Shot. Nah, S4's fine. My heroes nearby. They're going to move towards mid for OG. And the net worth advantage is pretty good for them. 2,000. 13 minutes in. It's nice. Charge not completed on Sumail. They should know that maybe the ward has been placed down. Probably don't know that it's there. I don't see a sentry coming in. And you're absolutely right about No Tail. They're getting so much room. I mean, he's 2,400 gold. He's got his Midas. Using it. There you go. He's about 1,000 away from his relic. More, at least 1,200.
Yeah, the hard point is going to be Evil Geniuses should try and pressure really hard to about 15 minutes because they need to take these objectives, but they also don't have a hero to be able to single-handedly deal with this lone druid push. They don't have a really good split pushing hero. They don't have somebody who can single-handedly address the lone druid. They always
that
have
Savage Roar was so good. Universe has the Doom. They want No Tail. They might find him here. More body blocks from Zai. They need this kill. Arctic Burn's already on cooldown. No Tail is so fast. The Frost Blast slowing him down. The Doom is there. The TPs are coming. Can they get the deny off in time? Savage Roar is not up. Not even could use it because, of course...
He denied himself!
Oh, he denied himself with the bear! Are you kidding me? Oh my god, it was such a needed kill, and now they're turning it around. Laguna Blade, they have Black Bolt ready if they need it, but Universe is already low. The Ice Blast is perfectly placed. Anna gets a double kill. I cannot believe he denied himself with the bear. Oh, No Tail. Flower. Now they're going to charge in. They'll find the Lich. The Cold Feet is up. He'll fall momentarily. Black Hole was canceled. They wanted RT. Listen, you know what? It's one sick play followed by a little bit of a misstep. I know what he was going for. Doesn't matter. They've already killed 4 anyways. The only survivor is going to be the Wind Ranger, and that is a huge engagement coming out from OG. They do not even give away that kill on No Tail. The only thing they lost was Jerax on that Ancient Apparition. And just think about that for a second. That's crazy.
that is crazy. You know what's also crazy is that Lina's making somewhat a comeback. He's in 4th in net worth. He's not too far behind both Arteezy and Sumail, and that's just because they've had such a rough go of it over the last couple of engagements. Like that's Evil Geniuses are supposed to win engagements right now, but they've just been outplayed by OG.
Damn, this is... EG had a great start to this game, well, besides, of course, the first blood, but everything else has been tip-top up until maybe about 5-ish minutes ago. You could see the net worth graph kind of reflects that as well. Maybe around that 11-minute mark is when it started getting a bit out of control for Evil Geniuses. And now the Aether Lane's up.
Mid tower. They need to take this mid tower so badly before the Radiance is up.
Oh, poor Jerax. You're dead.
I mean, he's playing a Pile-Light eye roll right there, right?
Yeah.
He pushes into a smoke that...
Yeah. That's such a good smoke to reveal, because now they're already around mid, ready to fight. They're ready to defend. Tower is in deny range, so I don't think they want to give it up, though, like you talked about. I think it's just such a pivotal point on the map that OG aren't trying to give it up for free at this point. Sumail getting charged now. Shackle Shot's going to go. Another strike not in range. The bear can't find an Entangle proc. Splinter Blast will go. No Tail not in his true form. And we'll back up. What a game. And now EG are 5-manning. Looks like it, with the exception of Universe, who's looking to farm a little bit further. What does RTZ have now?
I mean,
get a Scepter?
Yeah, probably. You're... Your familiars are so much physical damage, and I think the Axe is a great upgrade after you get the completed Medallion Solar Crest. So they absolutely push mid tower here because they know the Lone Druid's not going to come back and defend.
They can't. They just clear out the creep wave too quickly, and now they have to run.
Yeah, but they got no tail top.
There's the Nether Strike, Sumail. There's going to be the Ice Blast, the LSA. He's done. No Tail did die in that top lane, however, as you mentioned, Universe getting the kill with the No Doom expended. Crit was there with the Winter's Curse to set things up. Sumail does die in the mid lane, so even when they get a huge kill, they still lose one of their biggest net worth heroes. And again, they cannot get that tier 1 tower. There is no glyph now. But, all right.
Maybe someone could just go backdoor it real quickly or something.
Yeah, I would have said Sumail, but he's dead still.
And what was supposed to be a really fast, like, Ag's Maelstrom Blink Dagger is being stalled out. He still does not have that Aghanim Scepter, despite being rather close to it about 7 minutes ago. Like, he was well on his way with that point booster and staff, but...
It's interesting here for the ZG squad. It's starting to get a little tricky. We have EG's TZ farming pretty well, Sumail as well, as we mentioned just a moment ago. They have to deal with this Lone Druid who, at this point, his relic could have been a bit earlier. He did put out twice in a row not too long ago, so his relic will come out now, but when he gets that radiance, his game gets that much harder. And, I don't know, though. Again, we talk about that tier 1 tower. It is finally gone. Good thing for EG. They can start getting a bit more aggressive when it comes to this jungle. It's getting charged up. He has the Cold Embrace if need be. There is the smoke there. The LSA might go. Not even needed. It's the Dragon Slave that does the job. S4 has gone in a bit too deep. And here comes a big Ice Blast. They'll hit RTZ. Fly, Black Hole is going to use it. They've got the root. They don't even need it. RTZ, the biggest pickup they could have gotten for OG. And they'll look for more. The charge is up. They will find the ledge. The Shackle Shot does come out in time. The Power Shot will come through. Frost Blast to cover the retreat. The Aghanim Scepter has been picked up for the Wind Ranger for Sumail if they want to try to turn around. But again, with 2 dead, at this point, it's just going to be difficult to defend this tower, let alone fight.
I don't. The fact that they're pushing without the Radiance says so many bad things for Evil Geniuses. Because once that Radiance is up, everything becomes so much harder. The Evil Geniuses don't have any, like, really big power items that are being picked up, right? Like, it's not like there was a Blink Dagger that's ever going to come in for this team that changes the nature of this game. They're just kind of, like, picking up some overall, like, general stat sustain kind of items, but they don't really change the nature of how these team fights are being played out at all. So they're going to go for the smoke now, but even if they catch someone, right? Say they catch Anna at the bottom lane because he's showing, or they give this Roshan. Look how, like, efficiently OG is able to play off this map.
They know this is happening. Jerax pinged it like 10 seconds ago. He's already thrown out the Ice Blast. I don't. They might be able to rotate over fast enough to contest.
Do you think you charge?
Yeah, they can go for this if they want to. The TP's already coming in from Jerax. They still have no tail in that top lane for now. This is dangerous. Chain Frost is up if they fight in confined space. Dragon Slave does hit into RTG, but that's about it. They're going to try to go back into the pit with the Medallion, with the Solar Crest, and do what they can. Lone Druid is already up towards that tier 3 tower. Tier 2 accomplished. I don't know. It's
I don't
lower
think
and
you
lower.
can test this anymore. You're just happy you got Radiance.
Yeah, he's got Radiance. He's pushing into the tier 3 tower. Dragon Slave will come out. This is going to be a Winter's Curse, actually. Now the Lena taking a lot of damage. Chain Frost going to bounce through as well. Good neck, but Ana is dead as well as the Doom on Fly. They might lose 2 here. There's the Infernal Blade alongside a little bit of right-click damage. He'll fall. The buyback comes out from the Lena, which is going to put them behind. They do have the Lone Druid still going to work on that tower. Finally, they will TP up the Wind Ranger to make sure he does not just take this Rax, but the tier 3 is gone. So even though they lost 2, they lost Rax. They do get the tier 3 tower out of it for OG.
Yeah, I don't think forcing that fight was quite worth it for OG. They got just a little bit too close and lost 2 heroes. Because they could have actually just walked away from that Roshan pit, and they would have had Radiance on Lone Druid, and they would have had about half damage on the tier 3. Completing the tier 3 tower is good, and it does give you a lot of a huge amount of gold. I'm just not sure if the bit of gold that they fed to EG and the bit of experience that they got is worth that half the life, I guess, of the tier 3 tower. Either way, very clearly OG come out on top through all of these exchanges. They continue to get farther and farther ahead of the lone druid while still getting a decent amount of net worth on their other heroes, like S4 and his Shadowblade. Is a really nice pickup because they're going to split push the map so heavily with this lone druid Radiance that heroes are naturally going to have to split apart on EG. They're going to have to separate, which provides openings for Spirit Breaker to get work done.
You can already see he's fishing for a couple of kills here with his Shadowblade up. Blink Dagger is now there for Sumail, which is going to help things in terms of initiation. And I did have to buy back there, which puts him a little bit behind on his Yule Scepter, so he's still kind of that support Lina, even though he's in that mid lane. He's done the best that he could. They're going to smoke themselves up. Sumail's going to break it, finds himself an Invis rune. Detection-wise, well, he doesn't pop the Invis yet. Now he will. He's trying to blink to the high ground.
He's barely outside of it.
And the Radiant Spurn should be there, and it is going to continue to break.
I see him now.
Poor Sumail's Blink Dagger. The root will come out, and I don't see him surviving this. They aren't really going for him. They're trying to make sure they can get a fight on their terms. Dash on the Universe. There's the Laguna Blade. He's low, not dead yet. Mech keeping everybody alive on the OG side. Universe will be first to fall. They have the Winter's Curse now. Can they kill the Lina? Absolutely. Chain Frost bouncing through, doing at least 1 or 2 bounces, but that's it. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. There's the Soul Assumption Fly. Pops the Hooded Defiance shell to make sure he can keep himself up and alive. Sumail has the Aegis. That's what they were afraid of fighting into. Savage Roar will go. They're trying to bring down this bear now. They have the Solar Crest, Soul Assumption, but it's not enough. They needed more lockdown. On the other side, Crit barely alive. Gets off Golden Brace, and now the Shackle Shot Spirit Breaker. He'll fall to the Focus Fire of Sumail. Level 2 Focus Fire. They have the damage reduction still there, but it's not much. And that's it. A good fight coming out. Yeah, they lost the Aegis for EG, but Felina, they get the Spirit Breaker. Pretty good fight.
Yeah, I think considering the fact that OG are ahead, Evil Geniuses win out on that fight. They get about 1,000 golds, net worth, in exchange. Oh, and they may actually get no tail here. The Savage Roar is still
They're going to get the
up.
bear at
Okay.
least. The bear will die to the tower. That won't get the 300 gold.
Oh,
No tail
top
is
lane.
a little too quick. Meanwhile, top lane, you do have an easy pick off there onto the Ancient Apparition with Sumail. However, no tail is rotated in, another TP coming in. That will be from the Lina. He has Blink Dagger once he can get away from the Radiance Burn. He's got it now, and he'll blink further away.
If only they had like a respectable amount of net worth on a mid lane at this point would be the Yule Scepter and probably closing it on Blink Dagger. And if they had that, the game would be so hard because Evil Geniuses would be forced to deal with split pushes, and they would have to do some split pushing themselves sometimes, and they would just be caught out every single time by Spirit Breaker and Lina. Like, they would have 2 really good catch heroes, but unfortunately, because they don't have the Yules or the Blink Dagger, the Yules is complete now, but they also need the Blink Dagger, that catch isn't quite there yet to really punish Evil Geniuses, so...
Go.
Oh, S4, that is not where he wanted to end up.
Red dropping essentially down S4. Got the Shackle Shot to a tree on the low ground, and that is a dead S4.
If he stops half a second earlier, he doesn't end up on the cliff, right? He knocked down instead, and then he just walks away. It was just like that half a second where he ended up like stopping right on top of that cliff area, and it pushed him over. That got him killed.
And where do we go from here, man? We talk about the Lone Druid a lot. There's not much of an advantage for OG here. I mean, they were on the right path. They had a 3,000, almost 4,000 net worth advantage. EG have stifled they've stopped the bleeding, to say the least. They're still kind of being pushed onto their side of the map. And this is what we talked about with the Lone Druid. They're doing a really good job of keeping the lanes pushed in.
I think EG just protect their towers, and they try and get to this 30-35 minute marker where they have BKB on Universe, and they have a lot of damage on Sumail, and then they can start being the bullies in some way. Because the Axe Visage can do some split pushing itself, and you can keep a round of summons, like keep the cooldown off. So you have a round of familiars pushing out the top lane, and you're pushing in mid with the rest of your team, and you can summon the familiars as soon as the team fight breaks out. In which case, you've got some ways to deal with split push, and you can force 5-mans on OG's side of the map. I think right now it's just like trying to get that basic amount of farm for your mid game and not get picked.
LSA, this would be a huge one if they can get it. The Glimmer Cape has come through. They have the Ice Blast, Finger of Death, or excuse me, Laguna Blade. I'm getting my spells confused. They'll bring down the Winter Wyvern. Ancient Apparition doing a pretty good job there with his Ice Blast. Good Chain Frost bouncing in. Anna taking a lot of that damage, not dead yet. Power Shot, he actually avoids by sidestepping into the tree line. Okay, he'll get a kill. It's only on the Winter Wyvern, but still a kill is a kill, which gives them an opportunity to take down the Tier 1 tower in this bottom lane.
Yeah, OG, I think this is one of the better times for them to take the last couple of objectives before EG start gaining an advantage. It'll also come down to the next Roshan fight, I believe, is really who controls that 35 minute area, is who's able to pick up the next Rosh. So we'll have to see, because both teams can contest and do Roshan relatively easily. Wind Ranger has Focus Fire, Lone Druid has his Bear to be able to beat onto Roshan, and then both heroes have some ways to be able to get into the pit. Winter Wyvern has Arctic Burn and Curse, and then you have Ancient Apparition with Ice Blast. So it's really going to come down to that interaction in the Roshan pit and who takes control of the mid game.
They're not there yet. Roche is not respawning for a couple of moments. EG still farming away, looking for an ultimate orb for Wind Ranger. I'm not sure if we talked about this already, but see what item he picks up next. Anna is going to be looking for the rune. LSA to stop it. Crit has the Winter's Curse if he needs it. Now he's getting charged. Glimmer Cave comes out preemptively. Sumail was not in position. A Shackle Shot didn't blink for it either. 4 heroes together for OG. Smoke looks like it's going to be the name of the game, and they're going to go ahead and at least go around this river area and find Zaya. Is going to be first contact. Sumail is the target they want. Sumail is the target they might get, but he sees him. The Shackle Shot is there, but the LSA does connect. Now the Ice Blast, the Laguna Blade. The Wind Run, Nether Strike should be enough to shatter him, and it will be. The Lone Druid actually picks up the kill with his auto attacks and Radiance Burn. So now Sumail is dead for 56 seconds. It's time to play defend the towers for EG. Your Wind Ranger missing.
That was a very nice pickup, because it stalls out that Lincolns. The Lincolns will really stop a lot of OG's aggression onto Sumail. Like, he's the hero that they want to threaten first in team fights, because he can output so much damage, but he's also so squishy. So things like Charge, Nether Strike, Lena's Yule Scepter to lead things off, those are all stopped.
Score. There's going to be the charge. Crit bashed up again. He's down. This is definitely their tier 2 tower to take. The question is, do they go further? Back to Roche, which is just respawned. Roshan is now up and ready to go. And it looks like that's going to be the call they make. Either that or the tier 2 tower down bottom, which it looks like that's what they're pinging at this point. This is getting dangerous, man.
I'm trying to think if it's better for them to try and do Roshan while the Wyvern's down in that 20-25 seconds, or if it's better to take the tier 2, which does also open up Roshan a bit. Part of it could be that they may not actually know that Roshan is up pretty early into his potential spawn time. That could also be a reason. They'll take the tier 2 tower really quickly nonetheless, so. Looks like they're going to smoke and try and wrap around and catch. Oh,
Shackle Shot does latch. S4 will take some damage. Anna's going to try to get him away alongside the help of the Bear and the Savage Roar. Their smoke is broken. S4 and Fly are on the run, and they might actually make it out. No Tail's already TPing away. I don't think Ichi's going to find anything here. That looks to be true. Jerax TPing out will make it too. But with them all leaving, Roshan is up. Yeah, they get the tier 2 tower, but they might lose Roche because of this. I mean, they'll do this very quickly for EG.
Yeah, this is... Again, it comes back to that question, right? Because OG definitely could have done the Roshan instead of the tier 2. I think they might have been contested, but they would have had an advantage at least. But because they went for the tier 2, and because they were forced back in that fight afterwards, that now Roshan and Aegis is given to EG. They have a significant advantage in the next team fight, because again, Sumail is going to be public enemy number 1 when it comes to OG and their target list. So now he's got the Aegis. It's going to be a much harder decision-making process when it comes to those fights. Yeah. So it may just be EG get some free pushes off of some towers, and OG just respond with split pushing for the next 5 minutes. But I'm also not sure about that, right? Because it's not like their heroes are really going to scale incredibly well. There are other cores outside of the Lone Druid.
That is a dead bear. And 300 gold for Sumail too. And which helps because he's very close to his Lincoln Spear. He is just a Void Stone away, and this tower will probably provide it for him. Ice Blast, and that should hit just about everybody because he's across the map. Take the tower. He's got almost enough for the Void Stone. They're going to TP home. You get a 4-staff for Zai. Outer towers. I mean, there's 2 left in this game. It's OG. No Tail is going to have his AC. In fact, it's done now. They have to deal with the Aegis. When do these teams really start going for that big push or that big fight?
Well, I don't know. It's always scary going late game against the lone druids. So you may want to try and close out this game earlier, just because the potential threat of what like Aghanims, for example, does on the lone druid and how he's able to split push. I don't know where that falls on Shannon's Aghanims list, but the ability to be able to have that kind of presence all over the map with very little commitment is quite strong late game. So I think Evil Geniuses, their window to close out this game is like 40-45 minutes. By close out, I mean try and go high ground for at least one time. I think they can still scale a bit better on all three of their cores compared to the OG cores. Number 46. Yeah, that's not bad on the list, right?
Wow. Number 46.
So it's like I think it's just like you've got one core that's really threatening. Maybe it's better to have 3 medium-sized cores, you know, on EG that are all a bit threatening, all capable of doing something okay.
I mean, any one of these can get a kill on your heroes. I mean, No-Tail can kill everybody, but S4 solo you down, can Miss Luna solo you down? I guess so, but...
Especially since, like, Winter Wyvern, for example, is so strong versus the Lone Druid because of being able to Winter's Curse or protect someone against the bear's damage with Cold Embrace.
Right.
So it's potential that they can actually go later. But I do think they have a significant power spike right now with this Aegis. They should try and punish these outer towers and get that remaining gold and maybe go high ground with this Aegis as well. They're doing
this
it so
is what
quickly.
you talked about. This is the Aegis that provides you the outer towers. If you want to go high ground, you certainly can. This is what this Aegis is meant for, so it's very tough to fight into for OG. They don't really want to defend these tier 2 towers. Anna's walking up very far. Arctic Burn, I don't know about this. Might have misclicked, not sure. Maybe he was looking for a potential pick. They get off the Winter's Curse. Sumail got charged in the meantime. Here comes No-Tail. Shackle shot, BKB pop for S4, but Anna is already dead. Sumail still has that Aegis ready to go buyback immediately onto the Lone Druid's there. Anna's trying to fight this. S4's BKB still going. They have Black Hole at the ready. Arteezy's full HP for now. Doom comes out. No Black Hole for the Enigma. He does have buyback. Chain Frost bouncing in. Anna's going to die back here if he's not careful. The Yule Scepter Sumail. He has yet to die the first time. Anna still getting lower and lower. Arteezy, Soul Assumption up in 2 seconds. Anna's pretty speedy. And it looks like everyone might survive here for OG. They've already lost 2 on the side of EG. Now a third. That is going to be Arteezy falling. It's time to back up. EG bit off more than they could chew, and that buyback somehow actually works out for OG. I thought for sure there was going to be 3 or 4 heroes dying there with how low everybody was, but EG just can't find the kills.
EG, I bet they were like, you know, hey, what's this idiot doing? Like, why is he pushed out so far on the Lina? Now Lina's like, who's the idiot now, you scrubs? Just baited that whole entire team fight. I was no idea what that was.
I was really scared he was going to die for a second time, and it was going to be like a dieback after that original play. Would not have been good. But
yeah, that fight was definitely questionable, but it works out in the end to OG's favor. And
they needed this Blink Dagger. They needed this Blink Dagger for Fly, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
He's been getting doomed every time. If he can blink in and get a Black Hole without having to worry about getting doomed, he's fine. He's fine. And then this game gets a lot harder. Potentially.
We've got some very high impact ultis on OG from their supports.
We haven't really seen yet either. I mean, besides the Ice Blast, I should say. But like the Black Hole has been used once or twice. And one time it missed, I believe. But if he can hit a big one, then all of a sudden that turns things around. EG are not looking to fight now outside of their base. They're suddenly very worried with the lack of the Aegis. They're not quite at the items that they need to fight. They're building, I would imagine, either it's the Shivas or the AC. I guess it could be a Lotus Orb Universe, but I'm not sure. They're gonna walk out. They don't smoke and try to find a pick. They're just trying to clear out some of these creep waves. Now OG, it's their turn to put on the pressure. They have that Blink Dagger as mentioned previously. But with everybody from EG sitting around their high ground, we might be waiting a bit. And Roshan, when is that up? Well, not for another 2 minutes, we'll know then when the actual respawn time is going to be.
I think it's a lot easier in many ways for OG to control the map because they have this bear that can split push and they have the appropriate heroes to find pickoffs in Bear Breaker and the Lina. So I think in many ways, when Evil Geniuses gain control of the map, they have to push for objectives. But I think in some ways, when OG gets control, they can play a little bit of a slower game because they can just control the map very well. Evil Geniuses is their lineup just kind of like it gets control and it goes in almost immediately. That charge almost broke their smoke.
It still might.
He's
I mean, he's
might.
going to walk back to Mill. Hasn't seen him yet. Now they will with the Arctic Burn. Shackle shot. Doesn't get the BKB off in time, and he's dead. He's dead for 60 seconds. The lucky thing for OG, I guess I shouldn't say lucky, but the good thing for OG is that the creeps are pushed in very far. I mean, look at all of the waves and where they are currently positioned in the map. OG or EG cannot get anything off of that kill. And they might have to work even harder because that Ice Blast blows up the creep wave.
They're like, oh, great. Now we gotta wait till 37:30 until our creep wave spawns. That can help us push down mid by that time.
Right.
And by the time they actually get to the Radiant base, then Spirit Breaker's up. So
I mean, I gotta say, most of these games have been relatively quick in this series, but even still, playing a full best of 5 is never easy. It's never quick.
yeah,
It's been a couple of hours now, so EG and OG are getting to that, like, very tense, I'm sure, very mind-draining point.
Especially OG, right? They've been playing
Yeah,
longer.
exactly. They played this series before this, too. You're absolutely right. EG have had the luxury of not having to play that series. But, I don't know. OG. They're staying in it. They have a 5,000 net worth advantage. EG starting to take control of the map. It really depends on, you know, the abilities that are up, the heroes that are up. You know, that's where the map position is at any given moment. Where EG is situated, where OG is situated.
That's a huge counter, right?
Yep.
They have an MKB for 40 minutes against Sumail's Wind Ranger. He's gonna have this Radiance Burns to deal with, so he can't like blink out defensively. And once the bear gets on top of it, it gets one root, and Sumail's just a goner, right? He can maybe he needs to finish up BKB for the next fight. That's for sure.
Does he have enough here? He's got it.
Go.
He's
Okay.
got it. He doesn't have buyback, but whatever.
Well, if he gets rooted right, at least he can BKB, and he can also, if he gets on top of a hero, he doesn't have to worry about getting Savage Roars. You know, once he gets a good shackle shot and starts lining up that focus fire, he's not gonna have to worry about just getting Savage Roared and lose out on that kill, that potential pick that opens the whole team fight up for them.
This smoke would have been so good, but again, EG, they seem to know something is amiss, and they've backed themselves up into the high ground, so they will not get caught. OG could still sit here in the trees and wait for something, but they have to push out bottom lane. And that's being controlled by Evil Geniuses. Roche is up here momentarily in about 20 to 30 seconds, and if EG head over there at this time, they'll be able to head into the pit, see that it's up. Probably take it very quickly again. Summon of the Aegis Cheese coming out. I believe this should be the third Roshan.
All right, someone's instant dying, right? If they get Aghanim's Laguna Blade, 850 pure damage, and then take away another 11% of your HP from Ice Blast, it doesn't leave you a whole lot to work with.
No, you're pretty much dead.
Spells. So,
pretty much dead if you're caught by that. It's never a fun time. But there's a second life, so if someone gets killed, hopefully it's the person with the Aegis, which will probably be Sumail at this point. Again, the Ice Blast is going to come. It's not going to be on Roshan. They won't see crit with it. Top's getting pushed in, but OG think that everyone's missing. They don't know where they are. And in all actuality, they're in the Roche pit. And they will not be able to get there in time to contest. This is absolutely 100% EG's Aegis, as well as Cheese.
where you want that Ags on your Lone Druid actual hero, so the Spirit Breaker just goes straight through the base. But unfortunately, all he can do is get the creeps there, and then RTZ takes the aggro off of those buildings.
King of RTZ, what does he buy now that he's the AC? Desolator is always the thing that Zai would buy if he got enough money later on in the game when like AC was already purchased an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I think he legitimately just builds more right-click damage. I don't know. Is Daedalus the right item? Is MKB the right item?
They don't have a Death Sitter, right? I mean,
yeah,
they already have a lot of armor reduction, but Zai, but Sumail was ready for it still. Shackle Shot will go with the BKB is in time. Ice Blast actually misses, but look at the damage S4 is taking. level 3 Focus Fire. Universe does get the Doom off before getting Laguna Bladed, and he's actually going to live the Chain Frost. All of a sudden, this fight is terrible for OG. Even the Shackle Shot connecting up onto the Lone Druid. The Savage Roar was there, but Sumail pops the BKB perfectly timed. For dead, it's going to be all 5. And Sumail more than likely getting this triple kill. Power Shot, he wanted to style. Zaya says, listen, you're not getting your triple because guess what? You're playing around. We're going to get all 5 dead. EG will take the fight, and now it is time to push straight down mid and see what type of buybacks OG have available.
What the hell was that gem that came out of the Wind Ranger?
I don't know.
The hell? I didn't even know she had a taunt.
Taunt, yeah, apparently.
But
well,
they got a gem. They just wiped OG. OG are going to be forced into buybacks here, and fortunately they do have a bear for the Lone Druid, but this is potentially irreparable damage that's going to be done to their economy and their base.
Flip is up. Gives them a couple of seconds of reprise here, but they don't have Lena for 20 seconds, 29 seconds here, so...
All right,
tier
Fly,
3 towers is gone.
This is your time to go ham, dude.
Yeah, Fly needs to find...
He's not found one this whole entire game.
If EG goes back in, if EG gets a little greedy here, this could get punished. But they're going to back. They're just going to back.
They're happy with the buyback on the Lone Druid.
They still have the Aegis, I believe, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they do. Wait till the BKB is back up for Sumail, which it is now. I think they can go again, I believe.
Maybe wait 45 seconds, because Black Hole wasn't used by Enigma, and they do have the Doom on cooldown. So I think that might be the only thing that you wait for.
Yeah,
is just to have that
pushed out. Yeah, bottom pushed out, top is pushing in currently from OG, but they can keep that pushed out with Familiars, which are currently mid. They're trying to find them. No such luck. Yeah, so Sumail will take care of this quickly, and they'll go again. EG trying to finish this game off. OG trying to keep pace. This is game 5 of Elimination Mode 2.0. Well, we've talked about all the marbles. They are indeed on the line here. And what could have been a gyrocopter carry pickup turns into a Visage carry pickup for Arteezy. Makes me very happy.
Will it actually work?
Visage. Yeah, that's the question, really. I mean,
it's worked so far, so you can definitely say it was worth the last pick. I think over gyrocopter. Like 11, 4, and 5, very respectable score for your carry. He's had pretty consistent impact. Even if like Sumail is very clearly the primary carry in this game, I think Arteezy's done enough on this Visage to make the pick worth it. And in some ways, I guess.
Ooh, that bear.
Oh,
he's got another one, but it's at least one bear dead.
Yeah, because this matches up with the timing you wanted, right? Where they're gonna push high ground with Doom, and now they know there's only one bear for them to work off of for 2 minutes.
The goal: kill no tail, kill the bear. One of those two things, and if you could do that, you're in a good spot.
Just dealing with these damn pushes. Got the Familiars up at top lane, Wyvern at bottom.
You're gonna have to pull the trigger eventually. You can't wait for the Aegis to expire, I don't think.
Well, they also have some really big items that they're going to be picking up soon, so... Arteezy's almost got 5k golds. Sumail's got it at 3k. The Wyvern has 3k as well. I have no idea what they're going to be picking up, but there's definitely... like, there's like 10, 12,000 net worth that's missing on EG for this next push, simply because they don't have their next round of items.
They still might try to go, nonetheless, with that Aegis. Let's say Sumail sidesteps it again. I feel like they're just narrowly missing these LSAs every time. The radius is just small, it seems like. Anyway, charge up. S4 won't go for it, knows that a shackle shot is more than likely coming his way, and he'd rather not use his BKB unless he really has to. Aegis is proclaimed, that's it. Pick you back up now, and you probably farm. As you had mentioned, get the next round of items for Evil Geniuses.
I mean, if you look at it, right, it's EG are up by 5,000 gold, but if you're holding on to, 10, 15,000 gold in the bank and you haven't actually spent it, then that net worth advantage that you have doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So maybe just, I don't even know what the next round of items. Again, we can continue the theory craft about what Visage is getting. But...
I'm still saying Desolator for the Visage. I don't know.
I think it's good, but...
There's other items too, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe he feels like it's also 46-minute game, right? Maybe he feels like he doesn't want a mid-tier item, which is what Desolator is.
I kind of agree. The Maelstrom. This was the other item I think that Zai went for a lot, I believe. This is a good way to keep the waves pushed out without having to use your familiars.
The static charge, if he gets a completed Mjolnir, is going to be nice to have for all this damage over time from OG.
They've got an opportunity here, whether or not they want to use it to get to the high ground. Needs to be seen. That bear, how long do they have on another summon? They already have it. They have another summon already, so that second bear is not a big deal. They've survived. Here comes the next set of familiars, summoned back by Arteezy. To the high ground we go. Sumail popping up his focus fire, and boy, does this thing fall quickly. And there is no glyph indeed. Shackle shot lashes onto both Melina and the bear. This bear will die. It will be the first. They have a resummon. Meanwhile, there's going to be the cold feet onto the Doom. BKB, S4, Nether Strike. They want to get this kill. He's got the Glimmer Cape up. He's got a BKB himself. Too bad he can't get it off, nor would have done anything. That Laguna Blade that he just got destroyed by. He's dead for 60 seconds. So that'll stop the push. I guess we wait for the next Roshan, potentially. They did do a lot of damage to the tier 3 tower. I will say that much. It's pretty much dead at this point. One more push will get it down rather quickly.
My gem. Oh, I just realized you did the first game, didn't you?
Did.
Oh, Jesus. It's been a long-ass day for you, too.
I did the first series. I paneled the second series. And now I'm doing the final series. I was up at 11 a.m. to cast. And it is 11 p.m. Good stuff. Andrew clearly not feeling it.
Sumail. Oh, God, they're going to get the pick off.
Sumail cannot afford to die here. Good force BKB. He's going to be fine in the end. It's a very good force step to keep him alive from crit. Shackle shot this bear. Nope, not going to latch. They even Guardian Greaves just to make sure it can get out and alive.
Really good attempt. The way they set that up, right? The charge to break the link instantly into the Nether Strike with the Ice Blast over the top. Like, if they just had, like, Lina with the Laguna Blade, you know, then they get that quick kill, even through the BKB, potentially. And all of a sudden, boom, you've got this high ground push that is going to force a buyback out of Sumail. You just gave yourself a win condition for the next 5 minutes, right? Kill Sumail, save the world.
That's something we haven't really seen. It's just like a hero that dies and like is forced to buy back. There was that one big fight where they wiped him 5-0 for EG. That was a long time ago. That was a significant amount of time ago. At the very least, like it was 39 minutes, maybe 10 minutes ago when that happened. Like, we haven't really seen heroes die recently. We've seen like Universe go down, but it's only been like one pick, and that pick is usually not that important. But now Sumail is getting pinged mid. However, they're just not in position to be able to chase him down. Roche is up in about 10 seconds, maybe even less than that. So again, Roshan becomes the big point of contention, and this time maybe OG can try to go for it. They need to, because they really can't afford to give away another Ages and Cheese, I feel like. They just cannot kill Sumail twice in a row. And the owner is now up for Arteezy, so they have the static shield. On top of the fact that he's 2.3k gold, which means that he's plenty for buyback. Sumail is sitting at level 21. He's got the Chrysalis. The Daedalus will probably be his next item. And or the Bloodthorn, but I believe Daedalus will be the choice for him. But Roche is up, and EG are heading in that general direction.
God, they need a BKB real badly on Fly so we can finally get an impactful ultimate. No, I said like early on, it was like, no, they don't give a shit about Black Hole. But at a certain point, you know,
you kind of care.
You kind of care. Like the early impact of Midnight of having Malefice and having an early mech, like that's all fine, well and good. But you know, by 50 minutes, you kind of start going, okay, we kind of need that impact now. So if they get this Roshan, maybe over the next like 3 minutes, they're able to get farm time for Fly to be able to complete his BKB, and they can go high ground with that.
It's just, does he want to? He doesn't have enough money yet, but when he does have enough money, is he going to save it for buyback, or is he going to save it for an else? I don't know. I mean,
rough call. Actually, he can't even go BKB, right? Because I think he has to go Lincoln's, because it's not just Doom, right?
There's a Chain Frost and a Doom, yeah.
Yeah, so. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's actually 3 ultimates that go through BKB. I was thinking it was just Doom.
Winter's Curse as well. They get the Shackle Shot. S4. No, buddy. That's not what you need to do.
All right,
and
there
now
goes
they're
your
looking for
Roshan.
more. S4, I thought they were going to bring it down, but he rotated in, and Roshan is still up and alive. surprisingly. And even when OG gets in the pit first, they just cannot seem to find the magic kill on Roshan, which, boy,
Such a necessity.
it really is. At this point in the game, it's like hitting that black hole like you were talking about. It's the same sort of thing. You need Roshan after a certain point of the game to be able to win.
Got cheese now for our TZ and a Aegis for Wind Ranger. When you have
What is
Aegis too,
Faceless
you feel confidence in your split pushing too. Like Sumail can be here solo down here in the bottom lane because he knows no one's gonna
This move from EG, whether or not Anna or anybody from OG sees it coming, remains to be seen. He might run right into them. 6 burn, see you later. Yule Scepter will try to keep him alive. He has no blink dagger. That is a dead Lina. Dead. Now it's time to test the waters of the buyback. And you push in time. You do have mid pushed in a little bit, and you can already see that someone is over there. It's Sumail. I think if you go mid now. Oh, they have a Refresher Orb on the freaking Winter Wyvern too?
Oh,
Double
Jesus.
Winter's Curse? Damn.
Okay,
Oh, it is the
and they're gonna have a Bloodthorn. On
Yeah, I was saying I thought it might have been
soon.
the Daedalus, but it is the Bloodthorn.
Yeah, it's Bloodthorn. We've seen these late game Bloodthorns be picked up by so many people just because it's so good having multiple people be able to benefit off of the crit and also be able to have a second disable. So they're gonna force the buyback out of the Lina here and probably still keep going no matter
Yeah,
what.
I think so. They want to try to take down the tier 3 tower bottom. There is a glyph. Not being used yet, and it won't be used. Team HP, GRX denies it, knows that inevitably that is going to be a dead tower. Here comes the Familiars. Look at the range Rax damage, and he gets off the stun. Not only that, Spiritbear might die. We get held up by the Guardian Greaves. Now that's on cooldown. Now they're focusing on the melee Rex. The glyph will finally come out. Arteezy's going to back the Familiars up and away. They're really holding on this buyback for the Lina. Up in 12 seconds. She's probably not going to use it at this point, but that means that this Rax is gone. They're going to have to give this up. Reset for EG. They'll back together. Now, do they head mid is the question. The answer to that is yes. Jack the shop,
definitely.
link back in. Oh, just the Spirit Bear.
Oh, the
Black hole onto 3. The Ice Blast coming out as well. The LSA, the Dragon Slave. So far, 2. It's going to be 3. That is the Aegis. Flyslow will die to the Familiars. He finally finds it. The one black hole that he needed. They get the stun off. Wind Ranger still has the BKB. Has to use it. Now running directly into the base. He's going to try to run all the way around. Blink is up in 2. Now keeps getting canceled. S4 is here. Needs a bash. He gets it. The Dragon Slave gets the kill. And now the Familiars might fall on top.
Oh, God.
Dead. Wow. That
Man,
black
we're
hole.
setting this up and we're just like, all right, Fly. You know,
Yeah.
no one gives a shit about Black Hole for the first 35 minutes of the game, but now
This
we
is
want to
your
see
time,
one,
baby.
and he finally got one. They're going to be able to force buybacks out of EG, and this time around, like I said, they would force the buyback out of Lena, but OG wisely gave up Elena Rax in exchange for keeping that buyback intact. But with 3 heroes gone, I just don't see them being able to hold on to these buybacks. At least not the Wind Rangers, right? She's just dead for too long. She died like so late into that team fight that
she's
it
gonna
actually
have to
plays
use it for
against
sure.
her.
When she uses it, it's going to be the big question. They're pushing. There's the Winter's Curse. It doesn't really connect onto anybody. It only stops Anna from hitting the tower, but the Lone Druid Bear is doing some good work already. They might even up this rack. Drake going to get caught. Ice Flash pushed out, but the Laguna Blade brings it down. Buys back immediately. Still no buyback from Sumail. The mid-Rax is gone. Visage is up. They're going to look towards the top racks now with the tier 3 gone as well, exposed there. Now they're going to use the Refresher Orb. There's the Yules coming out from Melina. They have Winter's Curse again. The Spirit Bear will drop for the first time. The resummon comes out. Anna in trouble and will fall. Universe pops the BKB. No tail hightailing it out of there as well. Sumail not forced to buy back. They get the Winter's Curse off. They really want this second Spirit Bear. And with that, that can maybe mean another push coming out. Now the Mouth is coming out, making sure Universe can't go. S4 charging back in. Is the Bear dead? It is not. The Splinter Blast will not do the job. Oh my God.
Oh God! And it looks like everyone else is gonna escape too. They're like trying to hunt, but even
They
Universe
can't find anybody.
close the
Everybody's
distance.
TPing out. They all made it. The only one that died is the Lich.
All right, so they used their buyback on the Wyvern. Somehow they kept the Wind Rangers buyback. I was so sure that they were just gonna lose too much of their base from that, but EG, they made even even the dramatic sacrifice, right? Kept that buyback intact. Lost their mid lane Rax, lost tier 3, almost lost the top lane, but they managed to hold with just their supports, which is pretty impressive, honestly.
I think we might be waiting for another Roshan here, Cap. I have a feeling he's got a long one in us.
Oh, there's a double damage sitting there too.
Ooh, that would be nice.
That may actually, I don't know. It's so strong on Wind Ranger. Like, do you consider it? Do you consider maybe just like
they have to look
trying
for
to
it first.
poke at the enemy
They have to
with
go
that
find
double
the rune
damage
first.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Roche
it
is
doesn't
not
look
up for
like they're
another
gonna get
4
it.
minutes. And how long is that actual respawn? Let's see. Actually, a pretty quick respawn. It's only 1 extra minute, 9 minutes total, I believe.
Okay, so some
There
really,
it is.
I love being able to break down like game team fights, and like what are the clutch abilities, right? Because it like strategy kind of gets thrown out the window at a certain point. Strategy failed both of these teams; they didn't reach their win condition, right? So now it comes down to your individual plays in this late game scenarios and also late game tactics. So when it comes to the team fights, right, the big abilities, you have this BKB on Enigma with the Blink Dagger. He has the opportunity to get a pretty good blink despite all this damage flowing. That's one of the really big abilities. Another one is the Lotus Orb for OG's S4. He has the potential to be able to get a really good bounce back of Doom onto the Doom, or even better, Winter's Curse bounce back onto the Winter Wyvern, which is very likely to be effective if he actually bounces it back, because EG probably aren't going to be paying that good of a to their positioning. Well, I guess they got Black Hole to deal with, so it just may come as a surprise no matter what. Those are like some two really big ones. Obviously, EG's more of the Winter's Curse and their shackle shots. Samael has really got to be on point with his positioning, make sure he's able to get those right kind of focus fires and shackle shots to output the damage they desperately need. Because he is like really the carry for them. Visage can do a lot of damage in a very short period of time, but it's not going to eat all the way through a lone druid. It's not going to eat all the way through a spirit breaker necessarily. So they need Samael to be the one outputting that damage. And then obviously Doom, right? Doom has to be able to get his initiation onto someone
Probably
who
Fly.
is really impactful. Yeah, you normally think it's Fly, but you know, who knows? Maybe he sees an opportunity to be able to catch Anna somehow with his Lincoln's down or something, and you know, finish him off before he gets off a Laguna Blade. You know, there's a lot of opportunities that may present itself other than the traditional keep Enigma out of the game.
Who would think it would come down to a 58-minute game with all of these crazy shenanigan picks? The last 10 heroes besides good old Gyrocopter and Techies. Well, this is the last 10 of them that are really doing the best that they can. EG are in a barn burner with OG at this point. I was going to say they had an advantage, but it's not true anymore. After the last fight, the advantage is 0. The OG have done a great job. This lone druid, especially No-Tail, has done everything he can and more. Just push out, keep these lanes even, find kills, fly. That big black hole saves them, keeps this game going. If that black hole's not there, this game probably has ended already, and EG's as the victors. As the smoke comes out, OG
smokes are
in the base.
Smokes are the super scarce resource in late game scenarios, and this is the only smoke that we'll see for a good like 4 minutes from both teams. So, Evil Geniuses are so cool. They can see S4, they can kind of see him. He's a little bit out there, but they just don't really have quite the catch that they want.
He's like
make that go.
He's inching ever so far out, but they just cannot find him. Now that's the smoke is over. Roshan is respawning in less than a minute or so. The Aghanim Scepter, which is what you talked about maybe 20 minutes ago, I think, for the Lone Druid, has been picked up. Which means that if they're not really diligent about split pushing or keeping these waves pushed out to begin with, that means the Lone Druid will take the racks in that top lane, which I don't know if EG can afford. It is only going to be 1 extra set of racks here, and they have really good wave clear, but the amount of push that OG have, it could be a bit tough. Ice Blast, if they find the courier is in the pit, they know that it's still down. The courier will spot this first before anything else, and it's about to. Spawns in 20 seconds or so. 16 minutes, 29-31. It's been a bit of a quiet game. There's been a lot of kills. It's been a bunch of highs and lows. Now we're kind of waiting for that next big fight.
It feels like, right, that EG have the advantage to taking Roshan, but they're just about to lose it with this Lone Druid Bear pushing top. Like, the push is going to come in about the time that they're trying to do Roshan, right? Samael sees it now, and he's going to open up, but that push is going to be coming in pretty fast from that top lane.
Let's see.
This is going to be really close.
Certainly will be. They're already kind of in the vicinity now. Brit is in a great position. The Hex is going to come out. That is Arteezy. They have the double Winter's Curse. If Broken that charges up. They want to make sure they can get out Wyvern first. Now the Laguna Blade, he's gone. No more double Winter's Curse. They get off the black hole, but it's not good. The Doom comes out. The Chain Frost cancels it, and now he's falling. He will go down. S4 in trouble. Sumail looking for the right clicks and auto attack. The Spirit Bear is done up as well. 3 dead. It'll be the Bear going down next to No Tail. TP's out in time, which means that this Roche is EG's. And a buyback is going to have to be used here from somebody on this OG side.
But they did get the second lane of racks at top lane, and they're still putting pressure out for the Spirit Bear. He just boots and travel the bear in to continue up. As long as he doesn't lose it, they are still in an okay place.
This buyback might not be needed because the waves are all pushed out, but obviously except bottom, which of course they took that set of racks. This is getting a bit tricky. The Lich is left here to do this on his own, which means it's going to be 3 versus 2 if they continue on before the buybacks. You can see Sumail as well as the Visage Familiars are heading right down there. Arteezy is going to come up and deal with this because he has the Mjolnir, which is going to make this a bit easier for him to clear than the Lich would. And the Lich will head towards that mid lane so he can help out. Does Arteezy have boots of travel? Absolutely. Bots in as soon as he's ready to push. Buyback status right now. Lone Druid doesn't have it. If he dies, this game might just end. That they might not get anything out of this with Flip up and the Spirit Breaker up in 10 seconds. I don't know if they can really do much here.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if EG was faster on that push, I think OG would again do the trade-off of, okay, you can take mid lane of ranks. We will not blow a single buyback.
That Shackle Shot was close. Ice Blast. Yes, BKB gets forced away. Glimmer caped on top. Time to back up.
So
back and forth we go. Game is certainly a long one. Action aplenty.
There is nothing significant that's missing from either team. Like, teams have their buybacks for the most part. Like, there's a little bit of gold missing on OG, but they'll get it eventually. There's no like really big cooldowns that they're all just going to fall in line within the next 30 seconds as well, same as the buyback. So there is nothing significant that is on either side that actually handicaps them. Right? You've got an Aegis on one side, but you've got a second lane of racks for OG that they took atop. In some ways, that feels like a worthy trade because now if it's just like one small lapse of judgment. Oh, they got the bear.
Okay.
Just cursed, and then the boots of travel.
Dead. Damn, that Bloodthorn was ridiculous. You saw those numbers pop up.
Yeah.
Crazy. Sumail is going to get Ice Blasted. Now they might find more mid. S4 hexed up. They need more lockdown, however. Ice Blast. I think he's fine, actually. They won't be able to chase him down. They wanted something. Oh, and they lose Familiar, too. You've got to be careful. Only one hero doesn't have buyback. It's the Enigma. But he's ready to go with that black hole if he needs to. The bear is down once. It has been resummoned. It is pushing top. If they can find it again, then who, baby? I don't know what happens.
I don't think you want to fight into this Aegis. I think you just rely on the split push that's happening at top, and maybe you give up this mid lane of racks. You know, you're still going to poke and prod, but I'm not sure if you want to fully commit.
I don't know. They're posturing very aggressively, and they're finding a couple of abilities that are connecting on Sumail. Anna goes down a little too far. Shot. Not connecting. Lincoln Sphere is broken. Here we go again. This is now up onto the Wind Ranger, but guess what? This bottom rack is about to be taken by the Spirit Bear. They have to TP back. Now there's the hunt coming from Anna, looking to find somebody TPing away. Bear is going to get out. But how will everyone else fare? Anna gets shackled up. The Lotus Orb is there. Do they have the damage? The BKB's popped. Power shot, not in time. Guardian Greaves gets him away. Dragon Slaves. Millers. Uh-oh, now the tier 4. And he keeps resummoning it and bringing it back and TPing in. Spirit Bear is finally back in the base, and it's going to push out this bottom lane. And again, EG just cannot deal with the split push from this Aghanim Scepter Bear. No Tail. Oh, my God.
No Tail's trying to bump up that Aghanim Scepter on Lone Druid. He's trying to bump it up the list a little bit.
Yeah, he really is. Because at this point, he's pretty much winning the game with it. And then again, I don't think Shannon would move it up even if he did win with it.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses have to actually have a strategy against the Lone Druid, right? They have to do things like the Winter's Curse leading into Boots and Travel TPs. You know, this is legitimately a hero that you have to gank when it split pushes. And yeah, you have to accept the fact that it only has a 2-minute cooldown and he has 2 of them. But it's something that you actually have to gank in order to gain control of this map back, because otherwise OG just stalls you out every single time you go for the push high ground. you as you said, like, they posture very aggressively, right? They're saying, go into us. Because if the fight actually breaks out, right, it's just going to be a relatively long, drawn-out fight where buybacks are going to be used by OG, and they'll get the bottom lane. They'll get Mega Creep. And as long as they hold and they don't lose anybody, and they don't get any diebacks, then that's a winning scenario in some ways, right? Each year then forced into the, okay, we do or die. We have to end this game and push. Otherwise, we're dealing with Mega Creeps. And their heroes are not very good at dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
The split push of the Familiars, for example, well, that goes out the window. Like,
right.
Familiars can't deal with Mega Creeps.
He has Shadow Blade on the Spirit Bear. If his bear gets close enough with the creep wave, he could just get that last set of racks. They just won't see it coming.
Yeah, vision is really hard to come by this late into the game. So and pickoffs are everything. Pickoffs can easily, just one pickoff can win you in the game at this point in time. So these items like Shadowblade, like, that's a really smart pickup from.
Well,
from
I wouldn't
Ana.
say one pickoff. If you look at the buyback chart, every single person in the game has one.
True, but you know what I mean.
I
Like, you
get
get that
what
pickoff,
you are
force
saying.
the buyback.
I get what you're saying, Cap. I do. Jackal shot. They found the bear. Bloodthorn dead. Guess what? Got it once. Now you need to get it again. He resummons it, TPs it up top immediately. It's just that, it's the cycle that never ends. It really is.
And like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna boots of travel all of them up to top lane and try and gank that lone druid
They've
again?
drawn the line, Cap. Look at the line that has been drawn.
They're going for that bear.
They're not boots of traveling. They're walking.
Fuck you, bear.
Time
We're
to get
coming
it.
for you.
I don't blame them. This bear is probably
By the time they kill this bear, they'll have, what, maybe 60 seconds?
Yeah.
They're not even gonna get it.
60 seconds, and also, guess what? Their waves are pushing in super hardcore. Like, this smoke is... They might find a pickoff here, like Fly, or the Lina. The Lina would be nice. I know they'll find Fly instead. Winter's Curse to stop him from moving anywhere. And then he's dead. It's just... Now he's a refresh, and Anna's sitting in the sideline now, trying to continue to push. Zumail's gonna clear out the creep wave top. All right, well, dead Enigma, but what can you get off the bid? Probably nothing. Bear has been scouted again, it looks like.
Oh,
They know that it's
shadow
there.
blading bear is the stupidest thing
Oh,
I've
kills
seen.
that. Okay, well. This is actually so silly.
He's running around with his shadow blade bear, and it's working so. Because what can you do?
It is working.
OG just like position that like Ana here, right? Like if they'd gone for some sort of like 4-man push through top lane, he just would have cut the creep wave.
Got him.
Oh,
Bear's
they got
dead,
it.
but guess what? There's only like
30 seconds.
30
until the
seconds
next
on the
one.
resummon.
But they are doing it, right? They're grinding back slowly but surely. They're grinding back map control, and they're going to get a lot in this next 30 seconds where they don't have to worry about the lone druid. And even if they can't go high ground while the bear is down, they can at least get a lot of map control and maybe force a fight within the next 2 minutes that takes advantage of the fact that, yes, the bear is up, but he doesn't have a replacement. So evil geniuses are slowly but surely doing it for themselves. It's at a cost of a bit of their tier 3 HP at the bottom.
All right, the bear's up. It's already TPing back top. But they might have given themselves enough of map control here to at least correct. Maybe. Probably not. It's again that posturing problem. Hey, come fight us, you know. I do like what Arteezy is doing. He's kind of sort of cutting the creep away with his familiars, which is nice.
He's
They're
like
gonna cut the creep. They're gonna
trying
cut
to kill
the.
it.
They're actually gonna cut the top creep wave. They actually just want to take the top racks, I think, which I do not blame them for. That is one of the lanes they're missing.
Yeah, they found an opening.
Again, the tier 3 tower takes a small amount of damage. Nothing too significant. And the bear is now in the base. The Shadow Blade.
And
There
now
we
you
go.
have Familiars on cooldown.
It's not
for 2
backdoor
minutes.
protected. They already TP with Sumail.
Oh, Jesus.
It's tier 3's gone. Rat Dota. And he gets the refresher. He gets the refresher.
You have 3 pairs. Just as I thought EG were putting together a plan to be able to deal with this, they can't actually push high ground and do anything, and they lost their tier 3 at bottom. Just as I thought, they were like, they've got this carefully constructed plan they've thought over the last like 15 minutes of dealing with
this. We have
this.
the technology. We could deal with this. This is doable. And then you see that refresher orb come out, and you just raise your hand, and you're like, fuck it. what do I do here? Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that scene in the movies, you know, where the mastermind lays down this big rolled up piece of paper and unreels it, and they have this master plan that's put together. Like that's what I thought EG had. Like they were like, this is how we deal with the Lone Druid
Ocean's
split
11
push.
of killing bears.
Yeah, and it's just all goes to shit. Lone Druid just comes in and shits all over the table.
No Tail is just enjoying himself at this
He's
point.
hiding
I'm
his
sure.
refresher too.
He is
He's like-
laughing his way to a potential victory here. We've hit the 71-minute mark, by the way, in case you haven't been watching the clock. It is currently almost, I think, what is it, 11 o'clock here in Mountain Time here in good old Colorado. We're getting there, my friend. Game could go on for another freaking hour, which I mean I'm totally down for. Listen,
Wait, what is this?
Get some bread.
What is this?
There's just a gem down on the high
What
ground.
is
there?
this?
What?
Someone.
Listen, if in case we need a gem later on down the road, we'll find it up here in the high ground. They have found the bear again. Okay, that's one. Count it on your fingers. Now we need two more. Charge in, S4 down.
Crit's
Oh,
dead.
well, that's actually a big kill. Crit is going to fall. He doesn't have buyback, LSA. Everyone has buyback at this point. And the gem is down. But don't worry, there's another one in the clip up here. In case you need it.
For a rainy day.
Yeah.
I can't
They
imagine.
literally just walk by it. They're like, we do not need that gem. Okay, the courier will come get it eventually, I'm sure, is what they're thinking.
You know, like everyone's item slots are precious at this point, so no one's gonna bother with it right now.
They need some boots to travel so they can get on Flyer and Jerax. Jackal shot, nice slash, S4. Bloodthorn is up. He might die to this. It looks like the BKB will be just in time. Fly was looking for the black hole. He couldn't quite find it. Now they're doing with the Lincoln Spear being broken. Fly's like, no, not again. He will die almost certainly to this. The Sheeping Guard will bring him down. Jerax gets off a nice ice blast, but dies in the end. 2 down. Big kills. And they can push out bottom and mid. The top's being pushed into. They could just bot sitting there for EV and just try to take that rack. But instead, guess where the bear is? It TP'd mid, it shadow bladed up, and guess where it's headed?
It's
It's
going
headed right for that base. And look, it's just going right by the creep wave. All right, here we go. The rack's already TPing in. They know
Oh,
something
God,
is.
it's
Oh
almost
my!
dead already.
That literally hit it 3 times. It almost killed the range racks.
Holy shit!
No Tail is whittling them down.
Dude, this is what I was talking about. They're like, this is the danger of going late game against Ag's Lone Druid, is because, yeah, what happened is they just forced a buyback out of the Winter Wyvern, and almost every other composition would go, okay, let's push down against them and force them to use their 2 buybacks, right? Like, we had to use one of ours, let's force them to use buybacks, but with this Lone Druid split pushing, they can't actually force this. They can't force the sacrifice that OG had to make in order to get that buyback out of them. They can't do anything. There's no response. Like, all they can get right now is Roshan.
Oh boy.
The Silver
This
Edge.
Been ridiculous. They now have a double Laguna for the Lina and a double Hex too. They do get Roche. They'll give the Aegis to Crits, and the cheese is gonna sit in there for a moment longer.
Gets
will
finer
take
with
an ice
age,
blast.
so.
Does, true. Well, I mean, depending on the cheese, and also,
Oh god, Arteezy, that you can't fight that bear.
bear is not something you can deal with. At what point do... I don't think EG... I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know if EG can win anymore.
I don't. I mean, there's always potential, right? The right fuck up, the right misplay. It's just, I think the advantage is in OG's court due to the nature of the split pushing of the Lone Druid.
It just seems so difficult. I would be, very impressed if they can take this game back. It's definitely hard. Like you said, there's always a comeback potential, but it just seems like it is so difficult, and especially with the mentality that you have right now, kind of what's happening to you is almost demoralizing. And Sumail just gets hit once by that bear. Does a lot of damage.
They got Arteezy. S4. Oh god.
Oh my, that Hex might be able to get him out. Arteezy's so low. He actually makes it with like 50 HP. Now Sumail wants to kill S4, but he's already charged away to the creep wave up here in the top lane. And they won't go any further. He even pops the BKB TP. It is a 5-second BKB at this point. There's no reason not to do that, just to be safe and so you don't get shackle shouted out of nowhere. 75 minutes cap. That's where we're at, buddy. Hang in there.
Yeah. Okay, so what are the next big items that come in? Sumail's got 6,500 gold on him.
What is he?
I don't
What do you
know.
sell? What do you need? You need a moon shard. He already has a moon shard, so forget that.
Yeah, like Mjolnir is needed to be able to push off these waves. Bloodthorn
to kill the bear.
Yeah, it's a really nice item against the bear, and it's a nice damage item. You need bots too. I think you need both your Lincolns and your BKB. Maybe you don't need your BKB, but
you need Ags because that's a significant damage amount of reduction that you're. It's 30% damage reduction instead of the 0 that you have now.
All right, someone quickly do the numbers. Is Divine better than having
Aghanim Scepter?
I'm sure it can't be.
I need a statsman to help me out on this, Trent. I need somebody to do the math that it's capable. I clearly am not in the best position to do it currently.
Money to burn.
The difference between like if you got rid of your Aghanim Scepter on Wind Ranger and got a Rapier instead, like do you lose or gain damage?
It's got to be gain damage, right? 30% in exchange for.
Oh, good point about the cooldown. Yeah. Oh no, the cooldown's always 15, isn't it? Nope. Wait.
Oh, it goes down to 0.
Yeah.
That's rough to give up. Man, I'm not sure if he has any items that he can go into. Arteezy's pretty well maxed out. He also needs Milner, and all those other items are good for him.
Anna is probably dead here. Oh nope, Blinking Spear first. Here's Fly. They might not want to fight this. LSA, Laguna Blade. And Black Hole if they need it. BKB has been popped for Fly. Universe is dead now. Okay. That's a kill.
I love the way they play that, but look at bottom lane. Oh god, it's the ganking low
the Rax. They can't deal with it. Savage Sword doesn't quite hit the Chain Frost. They have to use the Winter's Curse. Now the Ice Flash is coming in and wasn't actually used. They're too busy killing mid, I believe. Sumail's getting caught. Sumail is dead to the Laguna Blade. Rax is still narrowly alive here in this bottom lane.
Yeah,
I mean,
2 heroes down, the Rax is almost gone.
I mean,
OG
this might be this is like go time for OG. I think the Rax is going to have to hex it again. I think they have another Winter's Curse. He has the Refresher Orb, and it's going to fall. That bear is dead. They have a resummon, however. Buybacks are coming in for both Sumail as well as Universe. S4 has to back up. We might have seen the first big engagement for the first time in the longest time. And I thought they were going to do something with it, but those buybacks come out and they don't want to fight, which I don't blame them for.
For the next 6 minutes, OG have a chance to end this game finally. Like, even if they loosen up a little bit of control and stuff, even if they don't immediately go headlong into getting Megas at bottom lane, even if none of that happens, they know they have an advantage for the next 6 minutes.
I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, we've clearly hit the situation. We know what's at stake. We know how the game is going and progressing with the Spirit Bearer. And
this is a desperation.
But then then you see this, and you're thinking, well, I was not expecting this play from Evil Geniuses. They smoke up. They are desperately trying to find a kill. The kill might be Anna, and that's an okay kill. But again, everybody has buyback for the Radiant team, with the exception of Jerax, which at this point they don't really mind. And I hope that this is might get caught. Another strike's going to go Arteezy. He's going to be the one that's caught. They might really fully commit to this. We might see a full breakout fight, but look at that. The Radiant scan catches them perfectly coming through both Universe and Crit. And now with Arteezy dead, they want to focus and get him with his buyback being used. Might be more Crit, Arc Burning, Shackle Shot, not latching. Here's the buyback, BKB for S4. They have the Doom. They don't want to use the Hex now up on the Universe. He's still okay, ready to go. They can force him out if need be. I don't even know if they have horses anymore.
That's a third buyback, and they didn't get anything for it. Like, they even could have, like, Winter's Cursed that bear for a second, but then the Spearbreaker, but then he got Lincoln's, and that was no longer a possibility.
Right. Hear me out, Cap. I think I already know the answer to this question, but let's say EG 5-man down mid, and they keep the lanes moderately pushed out. Let's say the Spirit Bear gets in. Let's say EG are on the doorstep when the Spirit Bear is on the doorstep. If EG can take a fight and win a fight, the Spirit Bear, I mean, the question is, can they win a fight and bring down the tier 4s in the same amount of time that the Spirit Bear can bring down the tier 4s? I think the answer to the question is no. The Spirit Bear is faster. I'm just trying to think.
The Spirit Breaker is faster. I don't like that Spirit Bear does so much demolish damage.
Yeah, the demolish thing is the ridiculous
like,
part. At this stage of the game,
fire on Wind Rangers, so you feel like you should be able to do it, but
right, but you're not always able to. S4 is Shadow Bladed.
God, this is bad.
Riki and Anna. Arteezy cannot afford another death. He has already bought back. Luckily, he will survive. There's the Winter's Curse. Anna, Laguna Blade brings down the ledge. He doesn't have buyback. He's not the most important target. Now Lena does die. S4's trying to man fight here. Charge in. Looking for more. They've already lost 2. They lost the Enigma on the backside. Still fighting. They actually TP out Jerax in time away from what was the Universe Doom. Sumail finds himself a double kill. And here comes the Spirit Bear.
I mean, Arteezy's low enough. He could actually die to the Spirit Bear.
He's trying with his life to defend. Glyph is still down. And here we go. He's not going to go for the rage racks. Use your familiars. Use your familiars. Artur, your familiars.
Oh my god, Artur. Oh, choked in the clutch.
I can't believe this.
All right, time to end the game, EG.
It's now or never. You got to get the racks in the tier 4s. Everybody has buyback. EG is pretty much, this is their last gas. The Spirit Bear is back. It has not been killed. The Desolator, he was buying the Desolator, I believe. Unfortunately, he just didn't use his familiars in time. I'm not sure.
Oh god, I
don't believe he actually wanted the racks
to join the team.
This is Megas now. He'll TP in. The Desolator ready. This is gonna be a heck of a fight. If not just the Lone Druid Spirit Bear getting in the base, and there it goes. There it goes.
All right, Artur, you got a micro this time. You have to
go for the tier 4s here, but you still have a full team that you have to fight.
Holy shit!
Oh my god,
we're so quick
there. It's crushing. The black hole is going to be onto 1. It's not enough to bring anybody down. Meanwhile, Zai, the Spirit Bear has fallen, it looks like, and is getting brought back to this base. The Hex is up and onto, of course, Sumail. Getting caught out. Now he's frozen by the cold feet. He has buyback ready to go. No, he doesn't. He's down for 2 minutes. But meanwhile, Arteezy's still going to work. Lena's didn't have buyback either, and Arteezy now having to back away.
I can't stop this.
No tail is back up into the base. Here comes Universe. They need to get back. They need to TP home. Arteezy's not there. The Spirit Bear going to work. It might die. Good Saboteur. The Ice Armor is there. They bring it down.
Kill, no kill.
They silenced him. He actually is going to fall. He has no buyback. Oh my god. He has no buyback. But for how long? He actually doesn't have the gold for it.
Oh, it's just dead too. Oh,
3 versus 2. The Ancient is sitting at about maybe 25% HP. S4 is Shadow Bladed in the base. Arteezy has plenty of damage, but he can die rather quickly. You don't have your Lita, nor do you have No Tail on the Lone Druid. We might not have actually accomplished anything there. I don't think the game is going to end within the next, 2 minutes. I'm not sure.
I think it is. I don't think I don't think they beat Mega Creeps. I honestly don't think it's just
really
going to need too much.
They desperately need Sumail, but he does not have buyback for 1 minute and 40. If they can hold for 55 seconds here, 3 versus 2 and Mega Creeps, it would be astounding.
Yeah, 2 heroes with 3 lanes of Mega Creeps and 3 heroes to deal with. I don't know how Universe and Arteezy could possibly deal with that. With only 1,000 HP on the
boys,
throne.
The lads, can they do it? 54 seconds for Roche as well. This is not, I mean, that doesn't matter at this point. I'm not even sure why I'm bringing it up. EG, really, they just need to survive for 30 more seconds.
Oh, the Universe can get a quick kill.
Universe was looking for a fight. S4 pops the BKB preemptively. The Doom will come out now. Meanwhile, Arteezy, do they have Black Hole? They do not. Arteezy blows up 1. He might get Fly as another. They get the ensnare on Fly. Pops the BKB, but he will fall to the Familiars. And now they want the throne. It's a triple for Arteezy with all 5 dead. Sumail back at 11, but so too is the Lena and Lone Druid, but nobody else is buyback in this game. What is happening?
Was a single spell cast by any of OG there?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they all just died.
I think they all just died. Like, Spiritbreaker got doomed. The Ancient Apparition, pretty much just died to Scythe of Ice. And I don't think Fly got anything off there. He didn't have black holes, so
right,
it wasn't
this bear needs 2 auto attacks to win this game.
I thought they were gonna get all the Mega Creeps going in, and they were just gonna slowly corral EG closer and closer to the throne, and then they kind of pounce. But EG went out first. They got the initiation first.
It has to be rapier time for somebody here. I don't care who. Just somebody buy a rapier. That's
EG still have EG still have a cheese too.
They need to give it to Sumail. Oh, called it.
Sumail's got buyback too, by the way.
Well,
he's gonna have buyback.
Get Hex up. He's gonna have to use it more than likely. TP was canceled. Laguna comes out. Yep, he's dead.
Okay, so the next buyback that's coming up is in 1 minute, and that's Arteezy. So it's not a game of who has buyback anymore. It's whose buyback is coming up next.
Who do we have next on the buyback list? It is Arteezy, like you mentioned. And then I think Flies after that.
I mean, if Universe ever gets enough gold, but he gets 2,000.
No, he's not getting. Listen, he's not getting there anytime soon.
All right, EG.
Here we go. You only have about
15
seconds. I mean, the good thing is the Spirit Bear is pretty far away from the base, ladies and gentlemen.
This is where the game ends. I
No, it
don't
has
see
to be.
how
It has to be.
either one of these teams like just survives after
That
this
Ice
fight.
Blast, that's going to do some good work here. That might stop them from pushing. If they don't seem to give a damn, it looks like. Oh, God, they need to get Megas too. Or they just have to go for tier 4s, and I think that might be what they're doing. RTZ hits
Holy
like
shit.
a freaking truck.
RTZ.
That one auto attack killed the effigy on his own. Look at that tier 4. It's gone.
Oh, but Lone
is
Druid's
keeping
going for
top
the base.
lane. The Lich is the only one here right now. The Yule Scepter keeping the bear in place. They are going to TP back crit. There's the Black Hole. It'll catch out the Wind Rage. The Laguna Blade. He pops the BKB. The Refresher. The double Laguna. RTZ might be next to fall. And they don't have buyback. That's got to be it. It just has to be. The Refresher. Winter's Curse. They're going to Chain Frost coming through as well. They need this kill on the bear. Do they have a resummon? I think they
All
do.
right.
They absolutely do.
Oh, but
Arteezy is back. Spirit Bear's coming in again. He needs one hit. GG's call. Make me too early. No. That's it. OG are your Elimination 2.0 victors, 2.0 champions. Whatever you want to call them, they won a heck of a